Are Nathan and his marriage both on their way to a full recovery? And once they get there, is that when that psycho Carrie's going to show back up? I'm Matt Mitovich, and we're on the set of One Tree Hill with James Lafferty. Something that the fans want to know. Your eyes, green or blue?
My eyes, there seems
to be some debate out
That's
there.
a good question. It kind of depends on what kind of shirt I wear, but they're like a gray blue, but if I wear like a green shirt, then sometimes they look a little bit green.
Okay. On more serious matters, I was speaking to Mark Schwann the other day, and he said that Nathan might be on track for a bit of a miracle recovery this season.
Yeah, well, that's Nathan's goal. He's trying to get his life back, and he's trying to reclaim his identity as sort of a basketball player and an athlete, which is all he's ever known. And so that's he's trying his hardest to make it back to where he used to be. Do
you agree with that mission of his?
I do. I think it's really in tune with Nathan's character. He's not just competitive, when it comes to sports. He's competitive with himself, and he's got a lot of pride. And he's not, going to lay down and die when something tough like this comes along. He tried to lay down and die, but I think that Haley and his relationship with his wife and his family was something that really picked him back up and made him realize that it was time to make something of himself.
How are things going for Nathan and Haley when the season premiere picks up?
Good. There's obviously still there's still wounds that need to be healed, I think, because of Nathan's the dark place that he went to and the way he sort of alienated himself from his wife and was a bad role model for his son for a while, but he's working his way back to the father and the husband that he knows he should be when we come back, and that really reflects well in the relationship, I think.
But what if hypothetically Carrie were to resurface?
If hypothetically Carrie were to resurface, I think that the drama would not be so much between Nathan and Carrie and Haley, and more so between Carrie and the rest of the family unit as a whole, I think. With the threat of Nanny Carrie.
They'd unite and kill her or something. Bury her in a shallow ditch.
Yeah, there would be a different dynamic.
One reader asks, is it safe to say that we'll get more Nathan-Haley love scenes this season?
It's safe to say. I think there's less turmoil between Nathan and Haley this season. Certainly less than there was in season 5, because Nathan, isn't going to go to a place that dark. But as far as, the Nathan and Haley...
As far as translating into actual love scenes...
You're just going to have to watch and find out.
Okay. Danielle wants to know if we'll be seeing more of the Nathan-Peyton friendship.
That's actually a good question. I'm not really sure. Peyton and Nathan lead lives that are very different, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
And their paths have gone really, away from each other, and they're definitely still friends. But I think that there's so much going on in each of their lives that I don't think we're going to see too much, Nathan-Peyton interaction. Maybe we will, though. I mean, we're not done shooting the season, so.
Andrea wants to know if you miss it all playing the kind of jerk that Nathan was during season 1.
A little bit. I got my fix with that at the beginning of season 5. When Nathan was really, really frustrated and he took it out on the people around him and himself. But yeah, there is a part of me that does miss playing the jerk and, playing the cocky guy that nobody really likes and doesn't really like anybody. It didn't last for very long that Nathan played that guy. It was really just for season 1, really like the first half of season 1. And
but since it is somebody that he once was, there is always the possibility that he could go back there.
I guess there's always that possibility. And I think that I do get to play that sometimes in scenes with Dan, because Nathan really doesn't like Dan anymore, doesn't want to have anything to do with him, and so I think that a little bit of that toughness comes out in Nathan in my scenes with Dan, which I enjoy playing.
Katie wants to know, does being a dad on the show make you itch to be a dad in real life?
Not at all. Not even a little bit. It's really fun to play a father, and it's really interesting, and I think it's good for me as an actor to get in tune with that, and and to try to put myself in the position of somebody that was a father, and to look at situations like we have written on the show and think, how did my father deal with a situation like that, or how would he have dealt with a situation like that? And it makes you think, would I actually be capable of this? But I'm 23 years old, and it in no way makes me want to have a son or a daughter yet. So.
Yeah. And the last question, Rich wants to know, what was it like doing a shower scene with Tori DeVito's Carrie versus doing it with your wife, Bethany Joy? Awkward, uncomfortable, strange? No,
it's, the same, because Joy's not really my wife, and Tori's, not really my nanny or my son's nanny or anything, We're all just actresses and actors, and, we're all wearing board shorts and underwear and pasties and everything where the camera can't see, so it's all equally as awkward no matter who you do it with.